Welcome to Rauta's double two tape feature video. This is Beastlurker with a couple of older releases that I got already more than 2 years ago. These have been waiting for their turn because they were, like I said, old to begin with. One is from 2019, one is from 2021. So, like I said, already old in delivery, and as such, they've been waiting for their turn. This is a band coming from Illinois, Chicago to be exact, and I'm gonna take a look at it with you right here. First one is a EP release. Here it goes. Quite small. Sanguine Elixir of Psychotropic Divination. Sanguine, that is. I'm supposed to say it properly, I guess. Comes with a very simplistic J card, not much more than a photo, a little bit liner notes, and track list and cover. That's pretty much of it. Don't worry if you couldn't figure out what's there on the cover. We'll take a look with metal oxide on the backdrop. And then we have this full album, which is here also in small J card tape format. So here, Celestial, how it's gonna, let me see if I can. Hencwhores Aflame, horse. I don't know. So here it is, a little bit more colorful, and this time proper track listing, proper band photo, a little bit bigger, and of course some lyrical content. Not exactly readable, through this video and all. Not even, for me, without reading glasses of sorts, because, as you get older, you kind of start losing it. So very simplistic packaging, obviously, compared to the more, say, traditional CD and vinyl. So, Beastlurker, 2017 onwards, Chicago. Not too many lineup changes if you take a look at the list here. Only one ex-member according to Metal Archives anyway, and current lineup seems to be 3 guys. And that's pretty much of it. A very straightforward, simplistic approach to it. So, Sanguine Elixir of Psychotropic Divination, EP from 2019. That's their first one here. And they all have 3 releases through years. So this is the cover I was trying to show you. A decapitated body and some cruel people. Pretty cool, wild cover image. This is 4 tracks to 21 minutes. And then the full album from 2021. This is more vague, sort of creature in what appears to be, I don't know, this could be seen as a lightning of sorts, or maybe it's just magic powers. Very role-playing like image, if you ask me. Celestial Hencwhores Aflame. Yeah, and that's a full album with 10 tracks, 48 minutes. So already that. They have one more release after this one, 2022 split, but that goes beyond the scope of this review video, focusing on the 2 first releases. So here it says genre black death metal, and I'm gonna challenge it a little bit. Maybe it's outdated, maybe it's a matter of taste, but I'll mention it in a bit. So first came this EP with 21 minutes and 4 tracks, and this is indeed melodic black metal meeting death metal. Sometimes it feels like the death metal thing is here just as a seasoning, but certain parts throughout the music kind of a showcase a band which is more like hand in hand with one another. You could say it's actually melodic death metal with black metal focus, or just melodic black metal with death metal in the mix. Doesn't matter which way you approach it, it's pretty much 50-50 or 60-40, whatever. So I wouldn't really say it's a that much death metallic thing, but clearly, obviously not purely black metal either. Black metal is more maybe leading here because, the focus is with the black metal type of screamy vocals, not exactly raspy. And then certain riffs are very death metallic. Production-wise, you could really put it in a couple of different boxes: melodic death metal, melodic black metal, black death metal. Doesn't matter, but it doesn't sound like your typical death metal. So, for example, having these mid-tempo songs and all, even though there are faster parts, you wouldn't really call this kind of black death metal to a or put it in the war metal category. I mean, often war metal bands tend to be the more kind of a grindy death black things, but there are these bands which are black and death metal but don't have anything of the sorts of given war metal genre to begin it. So I wanted to kind of make sure that you understand what I'm trying to say here, because it's not so given. Obviously war metal is a little bit different genre of its own, but let's be honest about it, it's often made of black and death metal in certain ways, and this is not one of those bands. In my opinion, this EP is actually pretty good, already showing a lot of good ideas and riffs, but the execution is a little bit, I wouldn't say off, but it's a little bit of more like it could be better. So if you could approach this as a first demo of sorts, because technically speaking this really just could be a demo instead of a real EP, and it would be pretty good of a demo for that matter. I think the band has nice balance with both of these styles, and while it's not exactly the most memorable in terms of songwriting, you can't really bitch about the vocals or production or songwriting. It's solid release, and as such, it is a little bit of a disappointment when it comes to this first full album called Celestial Hencwhores Aflame. Why so? Now there are more songs, that's not the problem obviously, and it's not like the production is too much different, but now the focus is mainly just melodic black metal. And I think that's where the ball has been lost, because now the death metal is not that much present anymore. And I think that's a little bit kind of proving that the focus point was better with the first release. Maybe this is a little bit more focused in the given genre, that is black metal, melodic style and all, but I feel it's a little bit like losing something important. Also, while there are these different ideas, for example, there is this one song, I was thinking what the hell it was. Maybe it was song 7 or 8. I'm not exactly sure because I had to listen to this on Bandcamp versus tape. I don't know if it made a difference though. Anyway, there are parts where it's like, hey, this is some kind of a cool Destroyer 666 kind of a melody. But those very, very few key moments which are wow are very scarce and few. So it's not like it's that great overall. And as such, I find this a little bit of a disappointment. While there are certain elements which are very, very much on par with the first EP release, overall this one kind of shows the band has a little bit changed, and obviously 2 years can make a big difference. What is also worth noting is that what Mikko Aspa once said, it's easier to do a demo of like 3 tracks and all that stuff and make it good, because that's all the ideas you're going to put on the demo and that's it. But when you have to enter the full album phase, like with this case, almost 50 minutes of music, it's harder to do the same quality, or more like maintain it through the whole course. 50 minutes of good music versus 20 minutes. Now, that's the difference. I wouldn't say that this one is bad by no means. I mean, it's better than pure mediocrity, but something is missing, and for me, it's hard to figure out anything else to have the reason, but the more like missing those death metal parts. However, in terms of vocals and production and all, it's pretty much the same. So more like if you can and will enjoy the demo, or EP, this is a very, very good way to continuing. But I'm just saying, for me, in my opinion, the EP is somewhat better. It's going to be interesting to see where this band is heading next, given especially that this is already almost 4 years old by the time this video of mine gets out. So maybe these guys have something already in stock for, say, upcoming release and not all. But nonetheless, this is a band that is interesting to see where it goes, what will happen next and all, because while these guys, all these 3 guys have different bands, and maybe that is taking a little bit of time, a little bit of focus and all that stuff, but as far as I'm concerned, nobody's stopping them from releasing more interesting material. So let's see how these Chicago-based guys will be in the future. In case you have missed Beastlurker before, much like I had, prior getting these tapes for review, I think you should do yourself a favor and give them a chance. But I would say start with the EP, and if you like that, then move on. Links are included in the description box, so go give it a listen. Off you go. Bye bye.